Well, Sandra, welcome to Jam Consulting. We're so excited to have you here.
Well, I cannot tell you how proud I am to be part of the JAM team. I think you all know how much I respect each of you and the work that you do, and proud to be part of it.
I thought, well, thank you very much. I thought our clients and prospects would appreciate to get to know you just a little bit better. So let's take the next 4 or 5 minutes and talk about you just a bit. And I guess the first thing we can go to is your background, track record. Tell us a little bit about.
Absolutely. Of course. Um, I have been selling and training in financial services sales for 25 plus years now. So first part of my career, I started out in the field. My first job in financial services was actually selling retirement plan services, and this was back in the day before 401ks were a thing. But went out and helped businesses set up and implement retirement plans. I have also sold financial services to high net worth individuals and have worked with businesses and institutions with their investment services need. About 18 years ago, I transitioned into sales training. My husband and I had a sales training and consulting firm and transitioned there. And then for the last 12 years, have been working with a large asset manager running their sales development function, and had the opportunity there to develop a lot of sales training programs and bring value there to the business.
I
You
think
know,
what's real important to us, to our clients and prospects, obviously, is your field experience as well. And it's just so nice and comforting for our clients and prospects to know that we've been in the field too. And this is important and consistent with our approach to our consulting work. So thank you very much for that. You know,
absolutely.
value is the operative word in consulting. And what does value mean? And to us and to our clients, I guess the the client is all that matters, how they interpret it. It's to enhancing their success, business success. What are your thoughts about the value that you can bring to Jam Consulting and our client base?
Yeah, I think value in a couple ways. We've previously talked about my experience and what that has been. I think, the old movie The Graduate, and there's a famous scene in that movie, and they're at a party, and a friend of Benjamin's parents comes up and trying to provide him direction, right, and says, "Son, I have one word for you, and that word is plastics." And
Right,
that's supposed to
exactly.
change Benjamin's life, right? Um, we all know that in our business, the key word is revenue, and based on my experience running a sales training function and working with sales leadership, I know how important that is, and I know how to make that happen. I know what a good training program consists of to generate that revenue.
Yeah. When we use the word value, the client is a little dreamy, like cloud next to them. They're thinking revenue. You're exactly right. Value means revenue. We've
Yeah.
worked together and with a great deal of success. Why don't you cover down on some thoughts regarding our past history?
Well, my goodness, where to begin there? But I think I'll start with Jim. One of the things that I learned really from you and implemented going forward, and we've implemented it in all our programs and in all my work going forward, is really the three critical elements of a successful training program. And the first is it's got to be relevant to the people that we're working with. It's got to be street tested. We got to know that it works. And it's got to be easy to implement, or people just won't do it. The second key element here is that it can't be a one and done. And accountability is key in any training program. And I believe that the best way to get accountability is to coach up our managers on the program so that when our engagement is finished, they can continue to hold folks accountable.
Mhm.
And then the third element, and this might be the most important, and that is the support of senior sales leadership. And I don't mean lip service saying, yeah, training is a nice thing, let's do it. I mean making it a priority for the organization, because we all know that sales development takes time, right? And it takes time off the phones, and it takes time out of the field, and it takes time away from territories. And when sales leadership really understands that and honors that and makes it a priority, that's when we have seen real change and transformation in an organization.
That fits so perfectly with our philosophy, Sandra. In our approach, I guess you could call it approach, but it's the philosophy is that we look for partnerships, and those are long term. And without the support of senior management understanding the process, we can't get there. And so that's our ultimate goal is to build long-term relationships so we have access, that we can measure, that it's not a one and done, that we can build over a period of time. What are your thoughts? Is that compatible with your personal philosophy in terms of the approach?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Jim, you asked me a moment ago for just our experience of our working together. It's been probably 10 or 11 years ago now, we implemented together a sales training program for the internal sales desk. And what we saw over the course of that, I think it took us about 9 months to a year to get that fully baked. But what we saw was that the contribution from the internal sales desk to overall revenue increased by 350%. Have the numbers to back that up. It was a tremendous culture change and a real shift in how this organization approached internal sales. Um, you probably remember we had some folks that resisted that change and went kicking and screaming down the path. But
I do
you
remember.
know, you remember it, right?
Yeah.
But what we did see, and what I was able to see through the years, was the change in the mindsets, the change in the kind of people that our sales managers hired for that position, and then the continued increase in revenue. So, that's one example of where we work together implementing both of our skill sets to see real change. And you ask me about philosophy, and one reason I'm excited to be a part of JAM is that your philosophy and how you approach working with clients so aligns with mine, and that it's the incorporation of behavioral science principles and everything that you do. Every training firm ever tells people what to do. Here's the format that you follow. The better trainers and training firms tell people how to do that. But what I found differentiates JAM, and what I appreciate, is that JAM also incorporates the why. Why should salespeople use the skills and the tools that we teach them? Why do people and prospects, clients respond more favorably when we actually ask them questions and then really listen to their answers to understand what their wants and needs are?
Well, we appreciate that and taking the time. And obviously, our philosophies are compatible. And I hope this few minutes will benefit our clients and prospects, get to know you better as we enter our silver anniversary this year of 25 years also. So looking forward to getting to work. Thank you very much, Sandra, for taking time.
Thanks, Jim. I appreciate it.
You bet.